探索に挑戦。冒険者の生活は
Only for Columbina. Hey, cheers, mate. Best of luck to you, man. What do you think of Columbina's kit? I don't know much about it just yet. I haven't really taken the time to get to know it yet. But it's... From what I heard, it's... she's okay. She's apparently pretty, like... Only really good if you have other Nodcry characters. That's all I know, really. That's actually really sad. It's also kind of annoying for me because on my first account, the only Nodcry character I have is Lauma. Of course, everyone has Aino, but then like, what the heck's Aino gonna do in a team, right? So like, though, yeah, I really only have Aino on my first account. Second account's fine, has Ineffa, Lauma, sure, right? But my first account really only has Lauma. Hey, what's up, Mia? How's it going, man? It has been a while. What's up, Luap? What's up, man? How's it going, everyone? Happy 2026. I finally got to stream. Man, you guys don't know how many days I kept putting off streaming. Kind of worried for this week. What's wrong with this week? How's the life and wife and kids? You mean kid? We only have one, really. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Me and the wife got diarrhea yesterday, and we're still not better yet. So that's, you know, a way to welcome 2026, I guess. For some reason, I thought you got two. You probably have me confused with some other, maybe more better, slightly better looking RJ, you know? Hey, what's up, Ritesh? Good to see you, man. You know, I did not really understand how this one worked. Okay, oh right, I forgot. I can hit other people. Oh, that one missed. That guy's furiously trying to get me back. Just trying to get at each other. We've completely forgotten guy in first place. Or maybe it's just laggy. We'll be working outside the whole day, placing reindeer skins with at -35. -35. Sorry, placing reindeer skins? What do you mean placing reindeer skins? -35 though. What the heck, man? In about an hour from now. Wow, dude. I can't imagine. I've been in -20, but I can't imagine -35. I know there's only a difference of 15 degrees, but that extra like 15 degrees, that extra -15 degrees is gonna be awful. This one's the easiest. It was You just gotta move your mouse around. Just remember to press E every now and then, click whenever somebody's near, and then like go hit the stuff. I guess that was quite easy. When googling around hypothermia and frostbite this last few minutes, fresh. Oh, okay. Well, I hope it pays well. I don't know how much would be worth it to be losing fingers and toes, you know? Yeah, just make sure you're fully clothed. Yeah, way to state the obvious, I guess. Why do you have the special program announcement as your thumbnail? Because it just happened, and you know, it's I don't know. Oh, this one, like, I just couldn't figure it out. Like, I mean, obviously, I gotta get the coins, right? But just, I don't know. I just feel like I'm awful at it. I guess maybe it's too many things for my tiny brain to keep track of. Oh, we can hit each other, right? I really don't know, actually. Yeah, I guess it's just me. It's just skill issue, I guess. Can we really hit each other, or is the left click really just for popping the stuff on the ground? I guess it's just for popping stuff on the ground. I don't see anyone getting knocked out, because like I've been just hitting left click every now and then, last couple of minutes, and nobody's like getting knocked out or something. Last one's gonna be random. I don't think you need to play the random one. Yeah, you really only need to. There's really only two things you need to do: play at least once, one of the first four. Play the first four, each of the first four at least once, and get to 6K points. And that's, you know, you don't really need to play the last one. I have an exam in an hour. Oh, hey, what? Really? January and an exam already, Ritesh? Well, good luck to you, man. Back on Genshin, RJ, the yaoi, what? What is yaoi shipping? What the heck is yaoi? Hey, Onoko, good to see you, man. It has been a long time, yeah. Oh, Yuri, what's Yuri? Yuri shipping? What's that? There's a warning about polar vortex this month, so January here is cooked. Wow. Wait, what's a polar vortex? Yeah, look at this. There's no, see, it doesn't, like these ones are the names of the first four, right? For the first time, right? There's no reason to play the random one. Really only need to play these four at least once, and then get the 6K points. Bina and Sandrone. Why is it called Yuri? Precisely new. What the heck? Swirling cold air. Oh wow, that sounds awful. I mean, even in higher temperatures, right? Just air movement is already pretty good. It reduces the it reduces how hot it feels. I can't imagine it being cold with frequent air movement. What the heck? This guy is just randomly popping up. Oh, these guys seem to know what they're doing at least. Compared to the last time. Female is Yuri, male is Yaoi. So, okay. I don't understand. Where are these names coming from? Guys, can someone explain? I'm bad at this. I just don't know, man. What the... This is why I don't care much for... like online, like lore like this anymore. This is why I've stepped off of the internet. The only way I'm even like engaged with the internet nowadays is just because I play video games, but I play a single player video game. The only other than that, I guess I watch YouTube, but I don't really engage with people in comments. If I feel like sharing my thoughts about a video, I will comment, and then I will never look at anyone's like responses to it. Never respond to any responses, anything. I don't do Reddit. I only do Reddit when I need help. Reddit and or like certain specific forums. if I need help with something and I just can't find it on Google or any like random website, find the answer or solution to on some random website. I don't really spend any time on Discord other than to check up every now and then, just to check up every now and then, see if anyone's DM'd me or if anyone's mentioned me on the Discord server, anyone mentioned me, needs help, etc., whatever. Just people online just come up with, I don't know. At least, okay, no offense to anyone who's like engaged and like is enjoying this stuff, right? That's you. But to me, it's just so nonsense. Right? Like, okay. Right? All right. I'm going to sound really old here. Right? I'm going to sound really old. But why the heck are we using words that already have definitions and meanings for something other than their definition and meaning? Right? Like using the word cap to say BS. Why? Who decided who decided that people would just be allowed to redefine already defined words? It's just a different language, I guess. It's English. Someone called me Unk. Okay, right. In that case, like Unk, I don't know. I'm guessing comes from the word uncle. But then, like, at least like Unk is like, right? It's not a real word, right? They made up a word for something, right, and gave it a meaning. Gen Z Alpha, I don't know. Right? Okay, so is it so lesbian is Yuri, gay is Yaoi. So it's okay. There's lore behind it. Am I particularly do I particularly approve of it? Okay, well, it's a culture. It's part of culture, right? At least that has a source. People didn't just redefine words. At least there's has a source. So that is definitely part of internet culture, doing stuff like that. I haven't done this event on both my accounts, by the way. Really. And there's less than 2 hours? No, 3 hours. Less than 3 hours left before that event expires. In fact, I actually forgot to do it on my Asia account. I don't really care very much, but I was kind of thinking like, well, it's an easy enough event and it doesn't take up too much time, so what the heck. And then I realized I went straight to bed last night because, you know, the diarrhea and stuff, and so I was tired. And then this morning, event was gone, and then I realized, yep, all right, it's about to expire on my actual accounts too. I don't want to go to work. Speaking of work, man, I don't know what to believe online anymore. It's nothing to do with the AI stuff. Obviously, that part also has its own problems, right? That is also another one of it, like humanity's problems, right? But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking more about like so somewhere around last year, media in general, media and like, well, it's a lot because I spend a lot of time on YouTube. Media for me is on YouTube, right? A bunch of YouTubers covering news and whatever, right? And that's the thing about media though, is especially when it comes to like algorithmic stuff, anything that has to do with like with discovery and algorithms, right? Is that people who are making a living off of it are going to follow where the algorithm's going. So whatever is a hot topic at the moment, that is what people are gonna be talking about, right? So things like, okay, somewhere around last year, the media in general kept talking about, I believe it was Gen Z, right? Some of the older Gen Zs, finally, we're starting to graduate college, and the media, at least the way it was presented by a bunch of the media, is that, and obviously I don't I have no opinion on whether I believe it or not, right? But the way it seemed to be presented by media is that the Gen Zers, the Gen Zs that were starting to graduate and starting to get into the workforce, apparently are really, really hard to work with. They just don't want to do anything. They just want to get a job, right? Somebody hires them, and somehow they just, they think they just clock in and do very minimal amount of work, and then clock out 8 hours later. And then they get fully paid for 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. Right? And it's so, like, that was the picture that a lot of the media that I saw were trying to draw of the older Gen Zs that were starting to graduate and get into the workforce. Don't look at me, RJ. I'm very efficient. Right? I mean, like, that's the thing, though, is just because media, a lot of the media that you see say this, that's the thing, is that there's so much media, there's so much information because of the internet nowadays. There's so much information everywhere that just because especially, like I said, so I specifically pointed out algorithmic media, right? Algorithmic media distribution, right? Whenever an algorithm comes into play, just because that is what your YouTube feed, your Google feed, your whatever algorithmic feed is shoving media down your throat, is showing you a lot of, that doesn't mean that is the majority. It's possible that is the majority, but somebody else's algorithm might be like their profile, like Google's profile, Facebook's profile, whatever profile of what kind of media the big tech company, what's the word, big data, right? Big data, the big data company thinks that this person likes to consume. That's what they're gonna serve them, right? The big data companies are gonna serve the users what media the big data company sees that they want to see. And yeah, so somebody's YouTube feed or timeline might look very different from somebody else's, and the opinions might be completely the opposite. But that's not because they are in the majority. It's possible that they are in the majority, but it's also possible that they're not in the majority. The system is just feeding them what the system thinks they want to keep seeing, because it's what they've kept watching. And again, like I said, psychologically, I'm more inclined to believe that it is true, because obviously my son is part of Gen Alpha, and I can see a slightly less worse version of my son being Gen Z. I can see it being a thing. Oh my god, this is so cringe. The turning radius is awful. I haven't gotten a single thing. What the heck, man? Is my ping just that awful? What? I was right. Okay, alright, I guess whoever's the host of this room, I probably have a very high ping. Oh my god, yep. Probably have a very high ping towards them because I am definitely glitching out and stuff. Just I saw that glitchiness just now. For some reason, this time they don't even show your ping. Usually, like in co-op events, they show off like bars. They show bars for like, you know, to show the, I guess, a representation of the latency. But this time they didn't even bother. There are times where I hate how social media paints this gen as horrible working. There's some that are hardworking. Yeah, that's the thing though. It's like, yes, just because this is what almost everyone online says, that doesn't mean that they are saying that everyone is like that, right? It is just a generalization. Obviously, like for example, like me for example, right? I'm streaming right now. Obviously, I'm not part of media, right? I'm not reporting on whatever, right? But just the fact that you all and I can have like this like back and forth conversation, that means you and I can be more accurate with our information because we can exchange the information. These people, they have to, right? Their jobs are to create media, right? Like, so for example, like videos, vlogs, or blogs, right? Written blogs, like online on online websites, or actual like video on YouTube, right? It's the thing with you know, attention spans are getting shorter, so they have to somehow, like, if they want their YouTube channels to succeed, right? Probably not even their YouTube channels, but the YouTube channel of the companies they work for. If they want the videos that they write, that they script, that they, you know, that they're in charge of creating to succeed, so that they can, hey, what's up, Zoro? How's it going, man? They can be seen as like actually competent at their jobs. Then they have to cater to the viewers, right? The viewers who whose attention spans are shrinking by the day. So they have to somehow cram in all this information into as short a video as possible. But at the same time, you know, because from what I understand, 8 minutes is the minimum number of minutes that YouTube will put at least 3 ad inserts into a YouTube video in. There's obviously the pre, like the one before the video, and then the one after, like after the video ends. And 8 minutes, I believe, is the minimum length where you can put in a mid-roll, right? An ad in the middle, and that drastically increases the potential ad revenue. So, right, they have to somehow scooch around this, right? Like around that, and the ever shortening attention span of the consumer. Darn it. That was awful. Darn it. I got to it before I did. There's nothing anywhere. Oh, this guy knows what he's doing. He was standing right exactly where he needed to be. Uh-oh, well. Yep. When does Mawika consume Night Soul for artifact set? Oh, hey, what's up, Nash? How's it going, man? Miss Hao also does Obsidian not last her full burst duration. Ah, man, Miss Hao, you're asking such a good question, and I can't answer it anymore. I used to be so into Genshin combat, and I still do. I still enjoy it. It is still by far my favorite part of Genshin. It is why I still keep playing. I just find it so enjoyable because it is like Genshin's combat system, the elemental system, and like the way that the character kits work are like, okay, nowadays it's gotten a lot harder to understand the character kits and the character synergies. But overall, like the way that you play them is still fairly straightforward, right? Like switch to this character QE, switch to this character EQ, switch to this character QE, switch to the, right? Like it's still fairly straightforward. But the power creep and the as Zajef has been calling it, the shilling has gotten so bad that I just don't care to know about the different character kits anymore. I mean, I will want to know how to use the character. I will want to know how to use this character with other characters to make this character better and this team better overall. But as for like knowing every tiny detail of each and every new character's kits, I haven't cared for around 2 years now. Because I can't get every new character anymore, right? I mean, like that has often been the case, right? Ever since day one, right? F2Ps, I mean, like I'm technically not F2P. My first account has as the battle pass and Welkin, but that's still not enough to get every new character. Even at C1, even at C0 are no signature weapons. Oops, got me. And the problem with a lot of the newer characters is they aren't usable. Well, they are usable, but they're not endgame capable anymore without specific a certain other 5 stars, right? Like you know how Mawika is right, like is now still supposedly one of the strongest characters in the game, right? But that's not the case without Setlali and or Zelonin. So if you're without Setlali and or Zelonin, Mawika is not one of the best characters in the game. Mawika alone can't do that. Same with Skirk. Same with Nefer. Same with Lauma. Or sorry, not Lauma. Same with did I say Nefer already? I guess so. Right, and a bunch of these newer characters just aren't. They are like half a character, is what they are. Because Hoyo has realized that people don't care about, especially a lot of the super low spenders, they don't really care about what the free to plays do, right? They don't really care about what the free to plays do. But the super low spenders to mid spenders, they are who Hoyo cares about, because they are actually like the ones who make the money, right? Like give them money. And they don't care too much. They notice that they don't care too much about getting constellations, right? Which Hoyo wants us to do. Hoyo wants everyone to get every new character, get as many constellations and weapon copies as possible, spend as much money as possible. Sure. But because they've been designing characters for, in the early days, characters that were perfectly suitable, perfectly fine for in-game, even at C0. C0, no signature weapons. As long as you knew how to use them, you knew how to like synergize them together with a proper team. They realized that there was no incentive to spend money, because you could just get the new character every now and then. Not every new character, but a new character every now and then, because every now and then we would get a good 5-star and people would go for that one. But Oyo realized that wasn't enough. Like the amount of free gems, the amount of free primo gems that players were able to get from the game was already enough to be able to get every good 5-star to an acceptable level of strength for endgame. And because of that, there was no incentive for people to actually go for well, not no incentive, but there was a lot less incentive for people to spend money on the game. And now, instead of giving like whenever they release when they release Mawika, they didn't actually release the best at the time, the strongest 5-star carry in the game. What they released was half of that, or even 30%, 33% of the best carry in the game at the time. Because you needed to get Setlali and or Zelonin, and maybe even Iansan, to make Mawika into the best carry at the time. And same thing happened with Skirk and Escoffier. So people who got Escoffier, at the very least, the supports have always been quite a bit higher value than the carries for a long time. Now even more so, because if you so happen to pull for Escoffier when she was released, and you didn't have enough primos for Skirk, you still ended up with a pretty solid support character that was somewhat usable in at least together with at least some characters, with some other carries. So that wasn't such a bad thing. The problem is if you got Skirk and you missed Discofier, or if you got right, like Sitlali. In Sitlali's case, I guess Sitlali's also a good. I don't know. Like Sitlali's a pretty niche support. Like Cryo, off-field AOE application, Pyro, Res Shred. At least like I guess Gaming, sure. But then like who else really? Diluc, I guess. If you can somehow make Diluc endgame viable in 2025. Do you know how to do Skirk's walk cancels? I saw that and I was like, no thanks. No thanks. That is too much work for like another 5% DPS. Right? It is like 300% more effort for 5% more DPS. If I'm going to try to get 5% more DPS to get 30 or 60 more primo gems from to get one more feather every Stygian Onslaught, or to get 30 more primo gems from Spiral Abyss, just because I can clear floor 12 1 second faster, because by doing the maximum effort combos, I'd rather just skip those primo gems. I understand that I'm a very different type of gamer than some gamers, right? Like there are some gamers out there, so maybe even some of you guys, that are, what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, the types of gamers who enjoy, but I can't remember the names of these games. The only one I remember is Black Myth Wukong. What was that game that came before Black Myth Wukong? Not right before Black Myth Wukong, about a year before Black Myth Wukong. That was also really hard. Had a similar aesthetic to it. It was also like fantasy / magic, whatever. It was like extra hard, is what everyone was saying. I can't remember. Dark Souls. Okay, that's one. Dark Souls. I just Google it. Dark Souls. I didn't even know about Monster Hunter World Rise. But right, like there are gamers out there who like to put in the effort. They want to focus. They want to feel satisfied when they play a game that is extra difficult. They want to feel satisfied when they are able to complete that game, right? A game that everyone says was difficult, that they themselves know is difficult. They want to clear challenges, right? For me, sure, I want to be able to do that, but I don't want to spend 100. I don't want to spend 100% effort, 100% time, 100% of my free time, right? What little free time I have, and what little remaining energy I have after a full day's work on video games. Right? I wanna spend, I don't know, somewhere around like 30-20% of what little energy, time I have, energy and time I have, energy, time, and effort I have to spare at the end of the day on a video game that can still give me that satisfaction of, hey, I put in some effort, and then, oh wow, I won. Right? And I understand that sounds super lazy the way I put it, right? That sounds super lazy, and I'm the reason why the video games today are like all video games for babies, right? Sure. But I'm also, while, okay, I'm not a spender, right? I don't spend money on video games, but I bet that there's a huge majority of the spenders the spenders in video games out there that are gamers just like me, right? People that are in their late 20s to even early 40s, maybe even mid 40s. So who knows, right? That work a full-time job, and have families, and yeah, right. They don't want gaming to add to stress and to use up even more of the energy that they already used up for work and, family. Is your work stressful? Not really. Well, it is. It's not like there's not a lot of pressure, but it is really stressful. It is like, wow. It eats up all of my patience every day. It eats up all of my patience every day. So, I guess Batman Arkham Asylum was also one of those like, difficult like AAA games. That one's a bit older though, but yeah, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about. So there are gamers out there who like video games like that. I'm not one of them. Genshin is sort of like, okay, I understand. Like Genshin is like, honestly, if you're like if you're a decently smart 10-year-old, you could probably play Genshin fine. You could play Genshin fine. You could get into endgame, and sure, right? But if you put in maximum effort. Yeah, Genshin is hardly the hardest game ever. Can't believe that didn't work. Okay. Well, I guess the ping is probably a little bit better this time. You gotta know better than to do something like that, man. Be following right behind someone. You gotta know that they're gonna left click right in front of you. We all knocked each other out. Oops. Not earning any points. Anyway, I'm willing to bet that a pretty big chunk of the games industry spending is probably from gamers like me who aren't very skilled but still want to play games, right? Still wants to play video games. Aren't very skilled but still wants to be satisfied after putting in some effort, right? Because they don't want to put in maximum effort because there's not much more effort that they can spend. There's not much more effort that they've got left after a full day's work and a full day's being a full-time family person. I'm somewhat curious. I wonder how much of the video game spending industry is content creators and streamers. Because content creators, they buy video games, they spend money on video games. Content creators and streamers, they do stuff like that because it's sort of like an investment for them, right? Because the money will come back because they do that. The money will come back even more, right? It's an investment on, well, it's sort of, yeah, it's an investment. It's like a business for them. Versus like just regular people who take their salaries, or like the income of their like real world businesses, like physical goods business or services businesses, and like spend it on video games. I'm real curious to know because content creators and streamers, them spending money on video games it just seems kind of like a snake eating its own tail, right? As long as they spend money spend money doing this and put in the effort, the money will come back. Thus, they'll be able to spend money on the next video game and do their thing with that and earn more money and so on, right? It just becomes a cycle after that, right? So, I wonder how much, because so that's sort of like the system feeding itself, right? Like sort of like a like if we ever successfully created a fusion reactor, not a nuclear reactor, right? Like fusion, not fission, because the nuclear reactors we have on Earth right now are all of them are fission reactors. Has to do with splitting the atom, not so much as like compressing two or more atoms together and then that generates energy. No, talking about like an actual like self-sustaining fusion reactor. That's sort of like what content creators and streamers are doing to the video game industry. Is they kickstart the reaction, and then it sort of feeds itself in there. So it just keeps making the video game industry even bigger and bigger. Versus like how much of it is coming from outside the video game industry, right? How much money is coming from outside of the video game industry and just feeding into the video game industry? I'm really curious to know the proportion between those two. Okay. Oh wow, I got an achievement. Yeah, that's right. I remember. I just That's a thing? Wow. Um okay, sure, I guess. Thanks. By the way, I don't know how many of you guys have seen the special program already, but I haven't actually. I haven't seen the special program at all. So if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna watch it. I skimmed the special program for the highlights. All I really care about the special program is so the 5-star banners, which I believe I already know. Yeah, I already know because where did I find out about it? I don't remember. Not leaks. I guess some other like Genshin YouTuber. Yeah, I guess so. I don't remember where, but from some other Genshin YouTuber. Other than that, of course, like with 5 stars, which phase, whatever, right? And of course, the special the Primo Gem codes, I already got those. And of course, like any game optimizations, interface changes that they've done, just to make the game a little more, I guess, convenient to play. I'm still holding out on Hoyo actually fixing their just unsatisfactory loadout system. What highlights did you get out of the? What are some of the highlights that you are looking forward to? Sorry, why? Oh my God! Why is this so long? 6 minutes? Whatever. Oh. There. How do I increase the there?
欢迎收看《原神月之4》版本前瞻特别节目，我是你们的老朋友鸡哥。
大家好呀，我是小罗浩。
今天的背景音乐是音乐之前的旋律啊，但是跟刚才的短片不同的是啊，好像少了哥伦比亚的歌声，真的是有点想念它了。
大家肯定都记得，在月之3魔神任务的结尾，为了不让3月的力量为博士所用，哥伦比亚踏入了一个连强大的猎人都难以生存的神秘空间，至今啊生死未卜。
是的，有很多旅行者啊一直在牵挂着哥伦比亚如今的命运。
在今天的前瞻节目里，我们将为大家带来一些跟哥伦比亚有关的情报。当然，除了魔神任务之外，还有1年1度的海灯节，以及即将开放的新内容，我们也都会逐一的为大家介绍。
Because I can't see the chat window.
就让我们先通过一段 PV 带大家快速感受
YouTube video is a little too big.
重复内容吧。
On the night of Lantern Night, countless shout lanterns
Keith Silverstein
will be released into the sky.
My God, I haven't heard that voice in so long.
Who guards the moon? Legend has it she used to live on the moon. So if it were ever in danger, I'm sure she wouldn't just stand by and watch.
This festival is
Oh,
wonderful indeed.
Neuvillette and Yao skins.
Say,
Oh, that's something.
what are those little creatures over there up to? How wondrous is this mortal realm?
Yeah, just aesthetically and for the lore, I kind of want Zibai. But obviously I can't, because I'm free to play. I don't have Ineffa on my first account, so I have to try to get Ineffa. But before, even before Ineffa, I have to, of course, I have to go for Columbina, which, I don't even have the Primo Gems for.
The world outside is changing.
I don't even have the Primo Gems for Columbina. Especially because she's going to be on the first half.
Tangled with the fate of anyone.
Sure about optimizations. We're getting a couple outfits. Standard Lantern Night. Oh, right. Oh, right. It's Lantern Night. How could I forget?
We need everyone gone from Pyramida. The thought of innocent people dying in sudden, meaningless calamities is something I can never accept.
Illuga looks pretty cool for a 4-star, man. 5 years ago, if you showed me Illuga and told me he was a 5-star, I would have believed you. Sure about optimizations, forget a couple of optimizations. Yeah.
I used to think the name was nothing more than an alias.
Okay. I've seen enough. Please.
The fate of the world. To right from oneself. But after that, the Noxitzenkreuz Ordo once foretold
Oops.
the fate of the world. Tibet's skies contain multiple moons.
Who's this talking?
A long time ago, when I did my first scan,
Oh, it's
detected
Sandrone.
3.
Oh, right. Okay. I was so confused because I'd never heard Sandrone's English voice because I've always been on Japanese audio. Illuga does look cool, but I think he's pretty much useless if you don't have Zibai. Which is, Soriwa, that is sort of the thing. I don't know if you've noticed. That's been a thing for the last like several years. Even with 5 stars. Right? Like, okay. Right? Even with 5 stars. Even like all the way back from Sumeru, man. Look at oh my god, why is her name escaping me? No. Farazan, there. Yeah. Farazan, right? Even if you had C6 Farazan, if you had no good Animo DPSs, Animo carries, why would you bother raising Farazan, right? And same thing with Goro, right? And that's the 4 stars. People have sort of just accepted that, right? People have sort of just accepted that all the way from back then. Kujo Sara, when she came out, Kujo Sara, Goro, Farazan, as I just explained. Iansan, at the very least, has like a couple of characters that are usable with Iansan. But man, for a while now, even 5 stars are pretty much like that, right? Even 5 stars are pretty much like that. Maybe not completely useless, but definitely unusable in high tier endgame, right? Like think about it. If you think about, imagine you have Skirk, but no Escoffier and no Farina. How much worse would your Skirk be, right? Would your Skirk even be able to clear? It could probably clear Abyss if you really knew what you were doing and you had a pretty good build on Skirk. But Onslaught, I highly doubt it. Same thing with Mawika, same thing with Nefer, same thing with Flynn's. Just, yeah. It's been like that for quite a while now.
But when I checked again just now, I detected forms.
The world is informed of the arrival of their new god.
Each field is slowly growing, swallowing up more of the surrounding area in the process, and the pace of their expansion has increased since we first examined them. He's probably trying to
New
swallow
map?
the Cry whole.
Did one of our troops turn into a monster? Right now, taking the 3 moons is Doctor's #1 priority. Even said,
This is a new map, isn't it?
Full cycle. The experimental design hero. It's been swallowed up by the Tori's energy field. If I'd left it in longer, I probably would have gotten stuck there.
if this continues, the whole of Tibet will be in trouble, not just Nocturne. When he eventually reaches
Been the
us,
same for a long time. Makes me sad. It's annoying when a character you like is dependent on another character you don't want or want to get or invest in, right? And not even that, right? Not even that. Even if you do want to get or invest into that other character, the character that you want and want to invest in,
It's watching us.
you can't, right? Unless if you spend money, because they come back to back to back nowadays.
show me how long you can struggle before you drown.
Okay, this is definitely a weekly boss. Yep, there's definitely a weekly boss. And I'm gonna assume, I didn't really pay attention to the special program earlier, but I'm gonna assume that there's an Archon quest for us to get to this point. Yep, okay, there it is, Archon quest.
旅行者们，欢迎回来。通过刚才的版本 PV 啊，大家应该都能意识到，我们空月之歌的故事啊，进入到了一个非常关键的时刻。
没错，那这次啊，就连璃月都陷入危机了，甚至还出
New
现了一
here,
位
live
旅行者们从未
keeps
见过的仙
keeps
人。
across on my
而摩
free
德卡莱
page.
这
Oh
边
hey,
的
what's up,
状况
man?
就更加严峻了。博士已经夺走了月髓的力量，他的实验
Aquaporin
进入到全新的阶段。
Why is your
是的，
Parin? Why does it have a W,
相信
man?
旅行者们都已经迫不及待想要和博士
Ikaw
进
Parin
行最终的决战。
我们也在社区里面看到旅行者
Like how pour in. Why is it a W? It sounds so weird. Aquaporin. Anyway, what's up, man? Welcome. How's it going? Happy 2026 to you. Happy 2026 to you guys. I hope 2026 has been treating you well so far. We are a week into 2026. Oh, okay. Oh, this one. I was pretty excited for this. I mean, I'm still not gonna use Traveler. But hey, you know, they look cool now. That's something. Wait, what the heck? Is that a new skill? What is this? This is, I mean, like from what I can tell, yeah, I mean that's definitely not the mannequin. It's definitely Traveler. That okay. That wow. What is this? New outfit. More about regions. Field. Okay. Elemental powers. Sure. Okay. Okay. That's pretty cool. What was that thing? Oh. Oh, they're getting buffed. Okay. What they have resonated with. Oh, that's pretty cool. Crit, defense, ER, EM, Hydro, Pyro, and Cryo. That's kind of weird to me. Why is Animo associated with crit rate? We've always associated Cryo with crit. Not necessarily crit damage, but crit in general. But Animo, we've never really associated with crit. But okay, sure, I guess. So Traveler's just gonna have this buff all the time? I mean, I guess that's cool. I like typing my username differently. Oh, okay. I already saw the live, but I don't mind watching again. I'm not really like watching all of it. I'm just I really only care about the important parts of it. Okay. When I believe that's here. There.
大家就已经在想象这样的画面了
啊！但是比起所见即所得的表现，鸡哥，你给大家展开来讲一。
那
You know, I feel sad that I'm a little bit sad that I don't want to watch the special program the way that I used to, right? Like, look at me. I haven't skipped a bunch in Genshin special programs, at least not very often. But then nowadays, I just kind of don't care very much. And I feel sad that I feel like this because I don't want Hoyo to think that they just shouldn't spend any money at all on doing like special programs like this. It is, I appreciate that they do stuff like this. I appreciate that they spend money and time and effort on stuff like this. I feel kind of sad that I feel the way I do because I'm sure a bunch of other people also feel the same way. Okay, sure, they turn into lunar stuff. So, no... Okay, they just... As long as she's in the party, I guess.
和另一种全新的反应，我们会在后面的节目当中再提到它。
哎，等一下，这个同时，也就是说，他一个人就能带来全部的月曜反应转化吗？
没错，就是这个样子。
啊，不愧是月之少女啊！那这么说，所有的草元素、雷元素、炎元素角色，无论他自身有没有触发月曜反应的能力，都可以因。
So how about freeze then? Is there a lunar freeze?
为哥伦比亚在队伍中而自由的去展开跟月曜反应有关的战术喽。
是的，那随着空月。
Hu Tao 2. Oh, which they bring back on you, huh? Also, yeah, Miko. Oh, you mean like with buffs? Oh my god, dude. if they bring back Ganyu, man, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm not a whale. This is my only C6 limited 5-star. And it took me like 3 Ganyu banners to get C6. And the only reason why I really like Ganyu, even now, I'm just really sad that I just can't. She's just not usable in endgame anymore. And even though by the time that I believe it was Ganyu's 2nd or 3rd rerun, that I finally got her to C6. Even before then, Ganyu was already obviously unusable in endgame. I still went for it, just because at the time I was already at C2, I believe, and I had a lot of Primo Gems saved up just for her, so I decided to go for it anyway. I don't regret it, but every now and then I think about those 6 Ganyu constellations could have been 6 new 5-stars for me today. Yeah, that could have been easily Ineffa, Flynn's, Nefer, right? That could have been easily them, and maybe even their constellations, or even their signature weapons. But I just had to get a character that wasn't even endgame usable anymore. But still, I don't regret it. I really like Ganyu. I love that extra satisfying feeling that you get from feeling like a whale because of C6 Ganyu, you know. E, left click, E, left click. It's so... It feels... You feel like a whale. Unfortunately, she just doesn't do whale damage anymore.
从而让旅行者们呢可以获得更多样化的玩法体验。那这也是我们去设计月曜反应和魔导秘仪这些机制的初衷。
我刚看到啊，在实战之中，哥伦比亚的背后像是一轮清亮的月环。
没错，那是哥伦比亚唤起的引力涟漪，它不仅能够持续造成水元素范围伤害，更重要的是
，There's a what?
它不仅起的引
Gravity Ripple.
它不仅能够
Oh, there it is.
造成水元素范围伤害，更重要的是呢，在附近的角色触发月曜反应。 或者造成月曜反应伤害的时候，它会为这轮涟漪积攒引力值，并且在攒满之后触发一次强力的协同攻击。
这个我注意到，好像这个协同攻击还有不同的形式啊。
哎，观察得很仔细嘛。那引力涟漪呢，会依据积攒引力值最多的那种月曜反应类型，造成对应的月曜反应类型伤害。也就是说，只要玩家的配对策略合适，哥伦比亚就可以直接造成对应的月曜反应伤害了。而在哥伦比亚，
So we get even more elemental application. That's okay. That's okay. Wish I had friends. Nobody wants to play Genshin with me. Ganyu is awesome. Ganyu, yeah, I love Ganyu. That's, you know, I mean, it would be nice if I had friends that also played Genshin and were as like passionate about Genshin as I am. I'm not as passionate about Genshin now as I used to, but I still play it every day. I still don't let my resin cap. I'm still like playing it actively. I'm just not as into it as I used to, you know. But I don't really care to play with anyone in Genshin. I hate co-op. I hate the fact that when you play co-op, the enemies are tankier. I understand that's for balance's sake, but it's unfortunate that they made it that way, because like that's the thing though. Genshin is so designed, it's just designed so well around it being a single player game, right, where only one character is on the field at a time, that the team synergies, the elemental reactions, the elemental applications, the enemy auras, they all work really well when there's only one character on the field at a time. Of course, there are certain characters that benefit from being on the field at the same time, but in most cases, for the most part, for most characters, it just doesn't work very well. So you're not only are you already ruining the elemental application, the team synergy by being on the field at the same time, you're making the enemy tankier, and you're introducing lag because y'all are not gonna have the same ping because y'all live in different parts of the world. So it just takes more time to do anything, to fight anything in co-op, and that's why I just don't want to do co-op. I was gonna ask if you wanted to play with me. Oh, sorry, dude. It's nothing but yeah. It's not you. It's me. I know that sounds really cheesy, but it's true. That was pretty cool. She finally opens her eyes. That's okay. For her burst, she opens her eyes. Oh, it's kind of like okay, so what's up with this burst? Moonlight, blessing of the new moon. Hang on. Oh, it's a buff to different reactions. Okay. Chance of additional lightning strike, thunderclouds, lunar bloom. Lunar bloom reaction is triggered. Additional verdant dew will be provided. Okay. Oh, so this is for a Nefer/Llama team. Okay, that's a pretty good one. Lunar crystallize. So just those three? Chance of additional attacks with moon drift harmony.
此外，在这个领域当中，哥伦比亚还能为每种月曜反应提供独特的增益效果。
想起之前呀
，Yeah, there's a reason why very few people even play co-op in Genshin, man. Either like most of the people that play co-op are either just so bored at the game, but they just don't have anything else to do, or they need to get carried. they're asking people to carry them, right? And there's no shame in that. I did that. Way back in the day, I did that. I asked the guy to help me farm a domain because I just had no idea what I was doing. I built all the wrong characters in all the wrong ways. And I had no way to fix my characters because I did everything wrong. I couldn't farm the right domains. Yeah, and that one afternoon, it really didn't help me too much, but I really appreciate that he spent like half an hour with me. He just did everything in the domain for me. Or they're raiding other worlds for material. Yeah, okay, that's another one. Yeah. Raiding, okay. You say that is okay. I have no idea actually if people even bother to ask for permission. But I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? People probably ask for permission. Hey, can I farm your thing? Probably, I hope. They had a lot of things at the same time. It's overwhelming. Yep.
表达感谢的一种方式吧。
没错，其实呀，哥伦比亚很在乎这些帮助过他的朋友们。在罗德塔莱这片受月光守望的区域探索的时候呢，如果队伍中有同伴倒下，哥伦比亚将复苏这位同伴，并且为其恢复一定量的生命值。
啊，这个很实用哎。那我们的提瓦特剑
What the heck?
实用哎。
Just got revived.
那我们的提瓦特煎蛋库存
How much HP was that?
这个很实用哎。
What, full HP?
那我们的提瓦特煎蛋库存就不会那么容易告急了。
补充一下啊，除了刚才我们讲到的这些要点之外啊，哥伦比亚身上还有一些小彩蛋，大家可以在游戏当中去寻找来。另外，完成魔神任务《空月之歌》的第7幕，如果在冬夜一个旅人和
Archon Quest
等级与他并肩作战。
这次魔神任务的剧情演出也非常的充实紧凑，希望大家都能玩得开心。
在这次版本之后啊，我们也更新了任务总览的功能，方便大家查看任务故事线，还可以随时打开任务故事的功能。我们也更新了。
Oh, okay. That looks.
任务总览的功能
New UI looks pretty cool.
任务故事线，方便
Traveler's Tales. Oh, okay. Oh my god, that's gonna be so much easier. It's gonna be so much easier to navigate quests now. Thank goodness, man.
出场的剧情啊，确实让人印象深刻。当时啊，我们明明趁着夜深潜回城内，却遇上被博士控制一时的虚名。
Wait, you can even go back? Oh, dude, that's sick. Wait, really?
当时啊，我们这段
故事线还
Revisit member. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Because okay, Genshin is right. Okay, I'm gonna look at how much storage my Genshin is taking up on my drive right now. From last time I remember it was like 130 gigabytes. I'm gonna check in real time right now. 126, 27, 27, right? 127 gigabytes on PC. I have 2 language packs. I have JP and English, right? 127 gigabytes. And that means all of these things, right? These pre-rendered cutscenes, all the data for like animations and stuff, for all the quests that I've already finished and therefore don't need to keep on my PC anymore, right? I don't need those files anymore, are still on my computer. But I can't see them. I can't use them. I can't do anything with them. At least this gives me something. I mean, like, I don't see myself using this, maybe not ever, but I definitely don't see myself using this quite often. But it's something, right? At least those files are useful now. They're not completely useless and just taking up space. New weekly boss. By the way, is there a new map?
正如我们之前提到的，博士夺取了3月的力量。
这下他已经不只是原种执行官的第2席了，他的野心已经实现，真正具备了神灵的力量。
在整个战斗过程中，我们一直处于他创造的某个空间里，在这个空间里，他把其他人捏在手心，就像当做实验品一样。有时呢，他会颠覆世界的规则，使大家。
This looks like another really annoying weekly boss.
还能操控时间，在受到强力的攻击之后恢复自身的状态。
确实非常棘手啊。
没错。 那不过我相信呢，只要旅行者们对他的战术多加留意，就一定能够找到战胜他的办法。
Oh my god, this boss looks even more annoying than the Natlan Dragon.
就到了大家最关心的活动祈愿了。
没错没错。那在月之4版本的上半期呢
Ineffa and Columbina. Man, I'm never gonna be able to get Ineffa and Columbina.
5星法器维坚略。
I already have Ineffa on my second account, but I don't have her on my first account yet.
除此之外。
So, of course, signature weapon, new artifact sets, cool.
为各位旅行者提供战斗上的帮助。
感兴趣的旅行者请多多关注。
真是如此强劲，
令人惊叹。
那讲到这里啊，是不是应该也让旅行者们喝口水休息一下了？
我觉得是今天你自己想喝口水歇一歇了吧。
好吧，那么请旅行者们不要走开，接下来会有开发组的小伙伴为大家分享新区域的相关情报。
New areas, okay. There really is a new map. Okay, cool. I think they said something about a new map up north where Varka was supposed to be providing support before. Okay. Yep, they just mentioned that.
我是原神的场景美术阿森，不错。哎，阿森，之前我在中野城观测到的一片区域，那是不是就是我们这次即将踏上冒险的地方呢？哦，原来你还有印象。不错，这个区域也是月之1版本中大团长法尔加前去支援的地方，位于诺德卡莱的北端。 听说这片土地的深渊污染更加严重，狂烈现象也更加频繁，所以才需要西方骑士们前去支援。正是因为狂烈肆虐，所以直登士们也选择在这里建设自己的大本营皮拉米达城。毕竟中野长营只是直登士的驻地之一，更多的直登士还是要留守在狂烈现象更严重的北方。这次我听说啊，旅行者们来到皮拉米达城，还会遇上一位年轻的分队长叶洛亚。值得一提的是，叶洛亚也是这次新版本将要出场的角色之一哦。旅行者们之前应该听法尔加说过，要去找叶洛亚帮忙。菲尼斯也曾提起过这位同事，说他常常会过来探班，给自己送物资。是的。 他是一位热心又可靠的直登士，而且被菲尼斯亲切地称呼为小少爷。不过啊，叶洛亚和这里的直登士们最重要的任务还是根除这里的深渊污染。哎，阿森，不如先和大家介绍一下这片区域的现状吧。好的，站在皮拉米达城的高处，我们就能观测一二。当你向西边眺望的时候，可以看到远处的厄布拉神柱，这里是一片月距离非常充沛的区域，而另一边的苦戈崖深渊侵染已经弥漫到了天上。其实啊，一直以来月距离与深渊的力量便在这块土地上相互抗衡着。 但深渊的力量这么强大，月距离要怎么对抗呢？我记得之前的探索中，月距离是
more places to explore.
如果说啊，那下镇的居民们把月距离
Sure thing, I guess.
和机械生产上，那么在深渊力量弥漫的野外，这些生物则借助月距离演化出了自己专属的对抗深渊的方法。哦，讲来说说吧。比如一些叶片看起来很锋利的植物，随处可见的曼陀草，还有看上去就很有冲劲的塔懒羊。旅行者们可以借助他们的力量，释放月距离波，开辟道路，阻挡深渊的伤害。原来如此，单纯的深渊力量尚且这么强大，那这里的狂烈岂不是更加难缠了？你猜的没错，此地的狂烈啊，有时会突然出现袭击我们，甚至会侵蚀与我们共同作战的友军。
Oh, a new boss?
对了，这还有哦，
As if the golden wolf horde wasn't already annoying.
深渊魔物会召唤出自己的眷属协助作战。旅行者
Oh my god, that looks like.
哎，耀子。
And you bet this thing is going in Onslaught the very next time it resets.
有的兄弟，包有的。
Yeah, and it's gonna be really annoying.
可以了解到直登式的营地建设，还有
Alright,
日常工作。
okay, thanks, I
还
guess.
蛮忙的，不愧是可靠的分队长啊。那是当然。
在玩家拾取时，给队伍成员提供护盾效果。那这次的月结晶反应和之前相比，具体又是有哪些不同呢？
这就得说到了。
Ah, Lunar Crystallized.
反应类似，月结晶反应也从新的角度诠释了岩元素的设计主题。除了旅行者们已经感知到的壁垒、庇护这样的主题之外，岩元素也有共鸣的特性，这在之前部分角色和大世界设计上也有所体现。而月结晶反应就是围绕着共鸣这个关键词展开设计的。当队伍中的角色触发月结晶反应后，会在附近生成3个月龙。 月龙是月举力影响下对岩元素共鸣性质的具象化呈现。
我们在设计月龙时啊，想利用水的流动性和岩元素的质感。
Yaimiko. What is the point of Yaimiko anymore? If you can just do this with Geo Lunar
设
Crystallized.
计出一种流动的元元素正在支撑月亮的感觉。
这种支撑与共鸣的作用，正是月结晶反应的本质。当场上角色触发一定次数的月结晶反应后，月龙就能通过共鸣发出协奏攻击。
哎，小川，你刚才说月龙也是共鸣性质的呈现，那它是不是也属于岩造物呢？
没错，月龙也能参与到岩造物相关的策略玩法中了，这也是月结晶体系的其中一个思路。
正如大家已经了解到的，触发月曜反应需要与月亮有一定因缘的角色。而在提瓦特有着这样一位神秘的仙人，他的痕迹存在于各种礼乐书籍与名画之中，同时和月亮也有着非常深的渊源。那么接下来我们就向大家介绍一下他吧。
The whole world shares the bounty of the skies, the rain and clouds that grace the earth beneath.
Man, she looks good.
The moon was never meant to be a foreign realm.
She looks wonderful. I wouldn't mind taking her out to dinner.
原来是璃月传说中的白马仙人，我还记得开服之后竹林仙人，我还记得开服之后竹林月夜的故事呢。这是我们过去只闻其名不见其人的老熟人呀。
记得最近在燕飞的游艺旅文里，他去双月之子拜访的时候，也和拉乌玛提起过这位与月亮有关的仙人。
他真名为资白，这应该也是旅行者们第一次见到他的真身。
其实啊，在之前的璃月古籍和传说当中，就提到过资白曾现身青侧山，但真正见过他的人却寥寥无几。
虽然很少现身，但钟离总该认识他吧？
没错，资白啊也是钟离的老朋友了。在魔神战争时期，资白甚至为我们炎王帝君提供过助力。
在之前的版本内容里，就有很多有关于他的传说故事，比如八旗炼陶兜中的金木城隍月居，还有说她是时间的女儿什么的，甚至有说法是她还和3月女神有关系。
哎，正是因为它和月亮高度相关，我们在设计它的外观时啊，用了很多月亮相关的设计元素。
不过呀，传说终归只是传说，那其中的真假虚实，有待大家亲自拨云见月。不久之后呢，大家就能亲自体验到资白的故事，了解到传闻之外他真实的样子了。
哎，我这里倒是有一手的资白战斗情报，保证可以与大家分享。
还得是你，准备的还挺充分的。
那小川可以给大家讲讲吧。
好啊，资白的剑法如同金甲典柜，颇具仙家风范。他在战斗时的身姿飒爽利落，同时也兼具轻灵飘逸。
我很喜欢他背手的姿势，就算是在激烈的战斗中，也不会失去那份端庄与从容。这就是璃月仙人的韵味啊！
偶尔我们也会看到他认真地翻看着一幅画卷。
这不正是璃月吗？
是的，这幅画卷由资
It is Liwe. Wow, that's pretty cool.
绘制，上面画着如今璃月的山川湖海，还有在这片大地上传承数千年，始终未曾断绝的万家灯火。
不愧是璃月的仙人，果然还是最爱璃月呀！
非战斗状态下，资白有一个特别的探索天赋，在夜间，资白会持续恢复自己的元素能量。
What? That's okay. That's pretty cool for exploration.
果然还是与月亮关系匪浅的仙人啊！
哎，正好大兴也提到了月亮，而资白的月照柱。
That's a first, actually. I think that's a first. Yeah. We've never had a passive like that before that generates energy.
正是将队伍触发的水岩结晶反应转变为月结晶反应。
这我能理解，就像伊涅弗、阿乌玛等角色一样，只要进到队伍里就能改变反应规则。
是的，资白作为古老而强大的仙人啊，如今在驱邪除魔时，依然能运用自己强大的仙力，
好像很有说法。
释放元素战技，资白将进入特殊状态，在这个状态下，他会持续积累特殊能量，将仙力汇集为强大的法术灵居飞踏，造成月结晶反应伤害。如果在这个状态下持续普攻，或是触发月结晶反应，还能提高积累能量的效率。
哎，小川，先前你提到过，月结晶反应啊能让月龙发出协奏攻击，那就是说月龙的协奏和灵居飞踏是不是可以互相积累触发条件，相当于一举两得？
还不止如此哦，月龙触发协奏时，还能提升灵居飞踏造成的伤害。
关于资白的法术表现，我在这里也做一些解释。在竹林月夜中，白马仙人曾讲述了月亮与高车的古老故事，而它与这两者都有着很大的联系。
是的，是的，美术同学也关注到了这一点。我们根据神话故事中月宫高车的一些象征，为它增加了面具与华盖的元素。希望这些细节能够在暗示他身份的同时，烘托他高贵文雅的气质。
没错没错。
最后，如果与炎或水元素属性的队友搭配作战，资白还能获得额外的战斗增益。
哎，我记得咱们月之4版本是不是还有一位使用炎元素力、擅长小队作战的伙伴呀？
是的，哎，他就是耀子和阿森之前提到的直登市分队长叶罗亚。
They say that the calmer things seem on the surface, the more likely that danger lurks in the shadows. Not sure if that's always true, but it never hurts to stay alert.
Okay. All I understood from Zibai's kit is that you need to press her skill. Wait, I didn't. Did they mention about her burst? I don't remember them talking about her burst.
攻击，那就是说月龙的协奏和灵居飞踏是不是可以
释放元素战技，资白将进入特殊状态，在这个状态下，他会持续积累特殊能量，将仙力汇集为强大。这个状态下持续普攻。
先前你提到过，月结晶反应啊能让月龙发出协奏攻击，那就是说月龙的协奏和灵居飞踏是不是可以互相积累触发条件，相当于一举两得？
还不止如此哦，月龙触发协奏时，还能提升灵居飞踏造成的伤害。
关于资白的法术表现，我在这里也做一些解释。在竹林月夜中，白马仙人曾讲述了月亮与高车的古老故事，而它与这两者都有着很大的联系。
是的，是的，美术同学也关注到了这一点。我们根据神话故事中月宫高车的一些象征，为它增加了面具与华盖的元素。希望这些细节能够在暗示他身份的同时，烘托他高贵文雅的气质。
没错没错。
最后，如果与炎或水元素属性的队友搭配作战，资白还能获得额外的战斗增益。
哎，我记得咱们月之4版本是不是还有一位使用炎元素力、擅长小队作战的伙伴呀？
是的，哎，他就是耀子哈森之前提到的直登市分队长叶罗亚。
They say that the calmer things seem on the surface, the more likely that danger lurks in the shadows. Not sure if that's always.
同样会发出警示，而且叶罗亚还拥有非常丰富的实战经验，能够很好的协助大家应敌。我们也将这份能够调动。
You know, I'm just gonna take a wild guess. Illuga is Zibai's premium. Well, not premium, not necessarily premium support, but you know, support designed to be good with her. So, sure. Okay, lantern right stuff. Lantern right.
他们凑在一块真的是合家欢乐吗？
放心放心，能使和资白的突破材料。
这一次的海灯节故事啊，是卷中随时体验。
除了有意思的故事，
收到来自其他旅行者的节庆消灯。
除此之外，节庆消灯还有着其他好玩的功能。
快给旅行者们讲讲。
比如，今年总公司在愉悦港布置了许多集市宝树，旅行者们可以通过节庆消灯把宝树的位置分享给其他旅行者。
我看这字库应该还能根据自己的想法
活动，旅行者们可以通过语音加分活动邀请。
This list is getting longer every year, man.
任意一名愉悦私信角色加入自己的队伍，
好耶，又可以自选私信角色了。
没错，又是一年海灯节。除了自选私信之外，我们也推出了全新的角色衣装。这次给大家带来的是瑶瑶的
Yo-yo skin.
不仅如此，今年的海灯节答谢邮件里，我们除了会送出1600元时，还将送上包括知识
图、
入分在内的多种养成资源。
正好用来养成新角色。哎，不对，刚才画面里那个奇怪的东西是什么？哎，是不是还有一封邮件？
这是我们在月之4版本更新后，就会向所有旅行者赠送的千星奇遇的持有衣装。祝大家在新的一年里龙马精神，马到成功。
这匹马确实还挺精神的。说回来啊，我们是不是差点忘了，还有大家最关心的下半期的活动起源安排？
对哦，那么在月之4版本的下半期，资白和纳维莱特将会迎来盖瑞亚。私信角色叶罗亚的获取概率也将大幅提升。5星单手剑北破寒光将加入下半期的武器活动起源，感兴趣的旅行者不要错过啦。
不知不觉我们说了这么久，今年的海灯节真的太强劲了，
管饱的。
而接下来内容也同样精彩，我先小小剧透一下，可能会有新朋友相关的情报哦。
哎，不着急不着急，我们先看段有意思的短片吧。大家好，我是石头。那么又到了一年一度的海灯节，先祝大家海灯节快乐。接下来呢，我们去采访一些研发同学，分享一些研发过程中的设计思路。就先从美术开始，出发。
So it looks like there isn't really much else. There's not really any like game optimizations, whatever. Lantern Right 4-star list isn't getting longer this year. That is true. It's not getting longer this year, but it's compared to the very first one we ever got, the list is way longer now. Lantern Rise story quest will be permanent this time. Permanent? Sorry, I don't get it. So, okay. Question. How can a Lantern Rite story quest be permanent? You mean like I can go into the quest menu and like it's still somewhere in there? Yeah. Oh, right. I saw this picture on Hoyo's like social media thing or their website, like their news website thing. And I noticed it was like this is a little like off, right? There's supposed to be another character over here, and then I noticed this. Like, okay, cool. That's actually kind of curious. This is obviously Varka. This is obviously Nicole. No idea who the other three are. They mentioned it earlier in the live stream. Oh, okay. Well, hey, thanks for pointing it out, man. I'm sure it's gonna be cool, but does it affect me? Probably not.
哇，可以，今年有好多角色，有些看起来似乎挺熟悉的。
没错。那熟悉剧情的旅行者
Oh,
们
what's
一眼
this?
认出了这里面的几位角色，然后大家能一如既往的相信我们，我们就会一如既往的创造惊喜与奇迹。在原神当中啊，与世界生态的交互会变得更加的丰富和生动，在剧情当中的叙述方式呢，也将更加的具有代入感。原神作为一个坚持内容为本的团队，我们尽力的做到所有的内容都事出有因、自然自洽。我们衷心希望大家不仅能相信我们，更能相信原神这个世界。那这种彼此的信任对原神的热爱，才是支持我们与大家继续前行的原动力。我们有信心，也有能力，能够守护并回馈大家的这份信任与热爱。
鸡哥说的太好了，只要是能让旅行者的冒险旅程更生动、更动人的内容就是值得我们去做的。我们也相信项目组的各位同学会持续为旅行者带来更多好玩的内容，给大家长长久久的陪伴。当然，也请各位旅行者相信我们能够继续说到做到。
是的，其实现在啊，就有很多我们想做、再做也一定能做到的事情。在未来，我们也会继续探索原神的更多可能性。
说到可能性啊，让我想到咱们的千星奇遇。
没错，千星奇遇的核心啊，其实是创作与表达。那新时代的玩家，他更注重表达自己的观点，实现自己的价值。无论是在现实中还是在网络上，多样化的内容、多样化的表达，还有多样化的观点，本质上呢，都是大家自我表达的一种手段。如果说原神是团队的小伙伴们自我表达的作品，那么千星奇遇就是帮助大家表达自己的舞台。毕竟
You know, I might not have ever cared about Milliastra Wonderland, but I'm also not rooting for it to be a complete failure. Yeah, I'm not rooting for Milliastra Wonderland to be a complete failure. I'm actually rooting for it to be a success, because the only other game I've ever played that has something similar to what Milliastra Wonderland is GTA 5. GTA 5 has GTA Online, and I wish I could play GTA Online. And obviously I could, right? I have a legit copy of GTA. I bought it on Steam, and I could, but it's just not fun if you play all those like mini games and stuff that the Rockstar made ones and the user generated ones. If you just play it with random people online, it's just not as fun. It's just not as fun as you know, compared to like if you were playing with your buddies that are sitting right next to you, maybe at a LAN party or in an internet cafe. And that's really the reason why I didn't care about GTA Online. And who knows if Milliastra Wonderland, either like Hoyo made maps or user made maps, so some of them proved to be really fun, then I might actually enjoy it. Who knows? I don't really care about the rewards much in Milliastra Wonderland. They're all aesthetic anyway. I'm not rooting for it to fail. I'm rooting for it to succeed. But until it actually succeeds, I'm just gonna be here. I'm not gonna touch it. Oops. Okay. So, what was that? Columbina, Ineffa, Zibai, Zhongli. So 4-star. Illuga. Yeah, Illuga apparently is coming on the second half. Which, you know, is fine, I guess, because like at least Illuga is on the banner with on the same banner as the 5-star that he's actually going to support. So that's not actually, yeah, at least that's a nice thing that they did there. I guess it's okay. Yeah, Luna 4 is a bit okay. New map, sure. New stuff. New Archon quest, new stuff to explore. I just hope the new map isn't too big. I just hope it's, you know, because I like 100%ing maps. Ever since Fontaine, I've really enjoyed 100%ing maps, and especially the current this one, not the Nordcry ones, because of the new compass mechanic. The way that the new compass works, it is so much more fun. It is, yeah, it is like you can just like, I love it. I love the way it works. I don't care about Miliastra one way or another. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah. If it turns out to be fun, then okay, sure. It's good. Thanks. But right now it's not, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna play it at all. I'm hoping that the new map isn't too big, because like I mentioned earlier in the stream, somebody asked me about asked me like some specific details about Genshin, and it was like it was about the new Skirk like combo to get like another 10% more DPS out of her, and I talked about how there are gamers out there that wanna be like sweaty gamers and put in extra effort into like like right they wanna sweat. They wanna sweat for their video games. I'm just not one of those. And I don't want to spend too much time and put in too much effort into exploration. I really liked the way the new compass works, because it's super casual. It makes exploration really casual. I played enough Miliastra, level up my characters, and that's it. Oh, you actually did do that. You know, I would actually like to do that. I don't know. I haven't bothered yet. I'm sure at some point I'm gonna regret not leveling up the mannequin, right? Because they are free characters, right? They're characters, and sure, right? As long as you build them well, I'm sure they'll be useful, especially in Imaginarium Theater, where more characters is better, right? More built characters is better. And I'm sure in the future I'm gonna regret not raising mannequin, especially because you get both male and female. I like a nice big map. I enjoy exploration, so more is better for me. I do love the new compass though. Yeah, right. The new compass, like you're not just like randomly walking around anymore. And I'm kind of surprised that it took them this long to implement that compass. It's not even a new compass, right? We've had a compass like that way back then. It was on a summer map. It was for the Simulanka. Yeah, the Simulanka summer map. Right? You know that that summer map we got where there were so many different like gaming Easter eggs, where we met the robot durin and mini durin. That was the first time that we ever got that kind of compass, and it was awesome. I loved it, and I'm happy that they finally implemented it in Nordcry. What's leveled my Liastra character? Because a friend wanted to play with us, but no, you can't use them in IT Abyss. What? Wait, really? So where can you use them? Just the overworld? why we still don't have a compass for Dragonspine. You know, if they like, if Hoyo put in the effort to like change the compass for all the already released regions, like that I haven't explored. Inazuma, Liyue, and Mondstadt. Right? Of course, Dragonspine's part of Mondstadt. I actually wouldn't mind going back to those places and you know, doing exploration over there. The compass is just so the new compass is just so convenient. It's so convenient. It makes exploration a bit more relaxing instead of just stressful, like just, you know, furiously looking for the missing chest to get your final 1%. Yeah, I was actually thinking of doing theater in this stream as well, but you know, I ended up me and my wife got diarrhea yesterday, and yeah, I'm pretty tired. I honestly did really want to do theater today, at least one run. I'm taking care of 3 accounts, 2 of my own and my friend's account, so I wanted to at least do 1 run today on my first account here, but I'm too tired to do it. Anyway, at least I did the main thing that I set out to do, which was do this thing before the event went away. But hey, special program was okay. Not really that much in Luna 4. I guess the biggest piece of news is Ineffa, sorry, not Ineffa. Zibai really and Columbina. I guess the new map is a thing. The Archon quest, sure. Columbina looks like she's gonna be good, but she's probably not gonna do anything for you. She's not gonna change your account if you don't have any other Nodcry character. Unfortunately. I mean, like I guess you can do the lunar reactions just by having her, but I don't see how that's gonna take your account from like mid game to end game, other than just change the fonts of the reactions. The two, from what I can think of, the 2 most important characters that you should have for you to actually feel a big difference for like when you get Columbina on your account is if you have Lauma and or Ineffa. If you have both, awesome. If you have one of them, great. If you only have one of them, great. But if you have both of them, awesome. I think if you have both of them, that's gonna be amazing. And funny thing too is on my second account has C1 Ineffa. Not because I wanted Ineffa, I didn't really care about it. What did I even do? Oh, it was just a random 10 pull. I was just farming artifacts. I was at low pity on 50/50. I was just farming artifacts, and I got this like insane artifact, and I kind of thought like, and then right after that I got another one the very next run, and I thought, is this a lucky moment? I was like, okay, whatever. Did a 10 pull, got 2 Ineffas. And ever since then, I'm not like very superstitious when it comes to like the way Genshin works, right? Like the game code, whatever. But I have noticed that there are occasionally times like that where something amazing happens to you, right? Something like especially something amazing like randomly RNG based, right? Like artifact farming, wishing, whatever, right? If you suddenly get lucky from wishing, I think that's a good time to try to raise artifacts or to farm artifacts, or whatever, like anything RNG based, like making artifacts with your what is this thing called? artifact transmuter or reshaping artifacts with the feathers. If you get lucky, like super lucky, and you feel like it's just way more lucky than like a lot of people, I think that's a good time to do other RNG based stuff. Again, it's not a foolproof thing, but it's just something that I feel like happens not very often, but it's something that I feel like happens. Overworld Miliastra, I think. Oh man. Okay, then I guess there's no point in me even raising my mannequins then. No. Anyway, so I really wish I could keep the stream going, guys. I'm just tuckered out for the day. Blame it on diarrhea. Blame it on diarrhea. Anyway, so for those of you who need help building your characters, accounts, or making a decision on which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams. If you want my personal opinion, you can pay me everything. My name is Ellis Einstein. Of course, you can ask for other people's opinions too. Thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Happy 2026. I wish you the best in 2026, and take care. Bye.